Ladies and gentlemen, talking about the volume of prisms and cylinders is what we're at right now. So volume, you're talking about the space inside of the shape of a prism and of a cylinder. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. So figuring out the surface area of this solid, figuring out the volume of the solid. So remember, surface area is going to be the perimeter of the base times the height. So that's going to be 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 times the height. So 20 times 2, that's going to be 40 blocks or 40 units, okay, squared. The volume of this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So you're going to take 12 times 4. You're going to get 48 blocks or 48 units cubed. So if I sat there and counted them all, I would get 48 blocks, 48 units. And I put cubed because you're talking about volume. Volume is three-dimensional, so you put cubed on there. So the short way to do that would just be length times width times height. So the volume of a prism is going to be big B times H, where B is the area of your base. So whatever the area of this is times the height is going to do that. So for the volume of a cylinder, we know what type of shape the base is going to be. The base is going to be a cylinder. So that's kind of a variation on it where you just take pi r squared times the height. Pi r squared, of course, being the area of a circle. So that's basically how you're figuring out the volume here. Basically, figure out the volume, area of your base by the height. So figure out the volume of this prism below. So there's my base. It's right triangle, height 10, base 12. So area of a triangle goes 1/2 base times height. 1/2 12 times 10 is going to equal 60 times this height of 11. So that's going to be 660 cubic centimeters. All right, times 11. So there's your volume. So that's going to be 660 cubic centimeters. Same idea here, except I don't know the height yet. So I'm going to use a little Pythagorean theorem to help me out. So I'm going to go a squared plus 9 squared equals 15 squared. So a squared plus 81 equals 225. So a squared equals 144. So a is going to equal 12. So that's 12. So base times height, figuring out my triangle here. So that's going to be 9 times 12 divided by 2. So I really hope that gets me 54. So now that's the area of your base, 54 square feet. So now you're multiplying it times my height. So 54 times 10, so I get 540 cubic feet for a volume. So there's your volume right there. So I'll figure out the volume here. Oh, this is nice of them. They give us the apothem. They give us that this is 5. They give us that this is 8. So it's a pentagon for a base. It's a regular pentagon. They're really nice and give us this is 3.4. They give us at the bottom is 5. So remember, area of this thing is going to be 1/2 times the perimeter times the apothem. So perimeter is going to be 25 times 3.4 times 1/2. So 25 times 3.4 divided by 2. So the area of this thing is going to be 42.5 millimeters squared. Okay, so volume is going to be area of the base times the height. So that's going to give me 340 millimeters cubed. Notice, I'm always putting cubed because I'm talking about volume. I'm talking about the actual space here. All right, so this is no longer a prism. This is now a cylinder with a radius of 3 and a height of 8. So it's always going to be, except now we know what the base is. It's going to be a circle. So I'm going to go 3 squared times pi times 8. So that's 9 pi times 8. So that's 72 pi. So this would be 72 pi centimeters cubed, and this would be my exact answer. So 226.19, approximately 226.2 centimeters cubed would be your approximate answer. So volume of this prism, this diagonal is 16, this is 10. So I need to figure out this thing using Pythagorean theorem, where my hypotenuse is this is 10, this is B. So I get this to be, my height to be 12.49 centimeters. And again, you guys can do it, Pythagorean theorem, you've done it 100 times before. So my diameter is 10, so that means my radius is 5. So I'm going to go 5 squared times pi times 12.49. So I'm going to take 12.49 times 25. So that's going to be 312.25 pi centimeters cubed. So multiplying that by pi, gives me 980.962 centimeters cubed. There's my answer. So again, exact, approximate, exact, approximate, exact, approximate. So find the volume of this oblique hexagonal prism. The height is 6.4 and the base area is 17.3. So the base area is 17.3, just times the height. It doesn't matter that it's the oblique as long as I've got this straight up and down height. So it's just going to be 17.3 times 6.4. Don't get caught up with that. So that's going to be 110.72 centimeters cubed. Notice for area we went with squared, for volume you go with cubed. So both prisms have the same length, same width, but different heights. The volume is 150 cubic inches greater than the volume of prism A. What is the length of each prism? So they both have the same length, they both have the same width, but different heights. So what is the length of each prism? So I think they screwed up. I think they give you the heights, but you're looking for the width. So 4 times W times 7, and here you got 4 times W times 10, and that's going to equal 1 volume. And this is going to equal that same volume plus 150. So now it becomes a system of equations type situation. So what I might do, just to kind of make my life easier here, is I might subtract 150 from both sides. So if I put this together, that's 40W minus 150 equals V. Over here I've got 28W equals V. So I can set these two equal to each other. So I can say 28W equals 40W minus 150. So now, playing algebra games, add 150, subtract 28W, subtract 28W. So that's going to give me 150, all that's left. This is going to cancel out. 40 minus 28 is 12W. A little division, my width, my W there is going to be 12.5. Okay, so the width of both of those is going to be 12.5. So that's going to make that happen. All right, that's all I got. Please notice what I did. Come talk to me with questions, and have a good day.